Hello and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has provided some updated information on when he expects the company's dispute with the SEC to be resolved. Even though I think he's being optimistic, it may be as late as November. A shorter amount of time has passed since then. I'll quote him verbatim here for you. Now, this news has been floating for days in certain circles of the worldwide XRP community, but it didn't truly start spreading until recently. From what I can tell, the XRP community exists on Twitter. I didn't see it until today, but apparently everyone has been sending around this video of him discussing it. The reason, I believe, is that he made these remarks in Dubai. Because of course, in Dubai, they speak Arabic, they had to transcribe what he was saying on television there. Therefore, it's possible that only Arabic XRP holders knew about today's date in advance. However, it wasn't until today that this video became extensively shared in the English-speaking globe. It's possible that some of you out there in the audience knew a few days ago, but I suspect you'd be in the minority. In addition, it's delicious. You've done well to discover something engaging so quickly. But now, fresh from the presses of the crypto basic, we have Ripple CEO sheds light on lawsuit in date in Dubai. But I do want to clarify something before we go any further. I come from no financial or legal background. Nothing I say or write should be taken as recommendations to purchase or sell any particular security. The following is a post I wrote for fun and as a pastime because I enjoy making YouTube videos on crypto-related topics. The case filed by Garlinghouse against the SEC will conclude on the revised date that he recently disclosed. Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, has updated previous estimates on when the SEC lawsuit will be resolved. At a fintech symposium in Dubai earlier this week, Garlinghouse predicted that the case would be resolved in 2 to 6 months. Judge Annalisa Torres, according to Garlinghouse, has been thoroughly briefed by both sides and is now considering their arguments and making a ruling. Despite Garlinghouse's belief that the judge can work on her own schedule, he is confident that a decision will be made by the end of Q3 2023. According to Garlinghouse, the company has reached the final destination of its long and arduous trip through the case. Conflict with the SEC in court. The bright side, or silver lining, as he put it. And I think we've covered this ground before. Therefore, it was terrible that the SEC went against Ripple, effectively attacking XRP holders around the world and in the United States. However, we finished ahead of the rest of the pack. We were early investors in what would become the target of the SEC's savage and insane attack on a major cryptocurrency. That puts us in the position of being among the first to leave, though. In this context, XRP holders represent the owners of a large cap coin that is widely recognized around the world. You know, the first step is just getting here. By the time this is over, if we get the ruling that we're expecting and hoping for, XRP might be the only large cap coin on the entire damn planet with clarity from a legal perspective in the United States, since not even Bitcoin has that, since the SEC will not come out right and just say, here is our official stance on it. Yes. We all know that Gary Gensler's opinion doesn't matter, but he said it anyhow. Do you recall the Ethereum Free Pass speech given by Billy Boy Hinman on June 14, 2018? What did it matter, really? The correct response is no. But here's what Brad Garlinghouse has to say about it in his own words. What he stated was the US SEC investigation against Ripple began about 2.5 years ago, making progress frustratingly slow. The good news is that our long journey is now over. Ripple has finished its legal struggle, while others in the cryptocurrency industry may just be getting started. In the next 2 to 6 months, I anticipate a conclusion. So keep that in mind as well. For the rest of you who haven't been particularly encouraging throughout the past 2.5 years. 2.5 years have flown by like a flash. It looks like their troubles with the SEC are just beginning. Even though we haven't received the final judgment, as an XRP holder and with XRP as my main crypto investment, I do sense a certain level of relief. But I'm extremely confident that secondary market transactions will be recognized as legitimate in the United States. Our court system is, for the most part, effective. I think a SEX or P holder will have success in this setting. Okay, that's a load off my mind. Yet there are countless other enterprises that have either been targeted or will soon be. And I'm always worried that Kim Jong-Gensler will come after the rest of my coins if he finds out I have them. So, I guess I'll still have to put up with this for a little longer. My major cryptocurrency holding will be gone, but at least then it will be over. Here's the rest of the quote from Brad Garlinghouse. The judge has heard all the evidence and arguments, and now she must make a ruling. A federal judge is free to set any schedule she sees fit in this matter, but I expect a resolution to be reached by the end of the third quarter of 2023 at the latest. If it seemed like he was giving two different time frames, it's because he was. What he meant to say is that he believes the most likely conclusion would be seen within the next 2 to 6 months. So, you could be looking at the month of November at the earliest. However, he considers it highly likely that we will travel. Indeed, he did say that. As for when we'll know the results, he thinks it'll be before the end of the third quarter, which would be the end of September. It's still a ways off. Do you recall how he said, "Oh yeah, there's a really good chance at the start of this year"? It was reasonable to think along these lines, but the most likely time frame for a resolution is March, April, May, or perhaps June if we're being truly pessimistic. And here we are, halfway through the month of May, and still nothing has happened. Zero, nada. In this case, no. In other words, if you're referring to the end of the third quarter, you're talking about the month of September. What the heck, I guess. So, another 4 months have passed. But, yet, you can never tell. That's the rub, you see. Assume nothing, expect the unexpected. And this is something that local lawyers have been discussing and speculating on as of late. In fact, I made a film about it. But the reality is that this exists. To that end, we have. Timeline-wise, what's transpiring with Judge Torres is abnormal. She hasn't done anything out of character for her. The length of time she spent on this stands out. If she had taken as long as we thought she would, we could have closed the matter as early as May 6th. It would have been a stretch to say so and that. Now that this has been resolved, local attorneys have begun to wonder aloud whether or not this portends a surprising decision from Judge Torres, whose ruling nobody could have anticipated coming. You already know that the way they worded their summary judgment suggests that this is not going to be a straightforward one side just wins. Therefore, neither a Ripple nor an SEC victory can be considered an absolute. If that's the case, we have an intriguing discussion to have. What exactly are we going to witness? I'm speculating that this will include encouraging words for people who own XRP in the secondary market, and I hope that this is the case. But I doubt she wants to hasten this because of the seriousness of the situation. She plans to check the entire manuscript 4 times, then check it again, and finally check it a 5th time to ensure accuracy. Because of the far-reaching consequences of this. It will have an effect on where individuals do business and establish firms in the crypto world, therefore it will have an impact on the United States and, to a lesser extent, the rest of the world. However, the United States will feel the effects of this the most. I believe, however, that she understands this. And that's partially the reason for the way things are around here. I have no problem with waiting around. Not a thing to worry about. I share the audience's desire for its conclusion. But I have faith that we will succeed. And I'd rather have everything done correctly than quickly, since if there's a flaw in the reasoning or poor wording, it will become apparent if it's rushed. If Ripple were to win, the SEC chances of prevailing on appeal would only improve. Even yet, we don't know for sure whether or not the SEC will file an appeal. I've heard from attorney Jeremy Hogan that he doesn't think the SEC will appeal, and I can see why. If they lose in district court and decide to appeal, they'll have to establish legal precedent in the appellate court, which is more difficult to do than in the lower courts. When cases are appealed and heard by the appellate court, the precedent set there is considered binding throughout the entire legal system. And if the SEC's efforts to expand its authority fail, that will be the end of that. Is that a chance they are willing to take? Well, that's not what attorney Hogan thinks. But we shall see what the future holds. People, I am not a professional banker. Nothing I say or write should be used as a basis for making financial decisions. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.